next contestant is a 1310 CV rear shaft for an LS Swap TJ Jeep, my customer John. And the ask was CV style because it is also slip yoke eliminator equipped on the transfer case. Imagine it's a 231 transfer case. And so that's basically how it's done. So it's, the rundown here is, it is a, you got to keep in mind here too also, there's 10 separate pieces all joined together here to make this thing fly. And getting them all to play well with each other isn't guaranteed. I mean, manufacturing sometimes these days, about any day, can be more of a challenge than doing the job, just to get the parts to work right. I've got my tricks that I've developed over the years, and I used every one of them on this bad boy, but she's mint. So the rundown here is splicer socket flange yoke, three splicer 1310 snap tights, best U joints on the road. That is a steel PTI H yoke. I like those specifically better because they're round. They're machined round, they're not just cast round, and it makes the concentricity better and it makes the balance better. If you've watched any of my videos, you've seen in the past where I've ground on the old cast ones because they get a heavy spot. These babies are pretty nice. I use utmost, tedious detail to get these tubings welded onto these ends so that they're running as close to zero as possible, because you have this large rotating mass here, and you don't have a 3 or 3.5 inch tube to make corrections on. You got to make corrections there. And I've got one weight there the size of a nickel for all of this. There's no weight on this end. I've got that tuned up because I put it together straight, and it works. So yeah, the PTI H yoke, splicer ball stud yoke, that guy that holds that second joint up is welded to the tube. Splicer tubing, that's a Neapco 1701 stub and a 8001 slip yoke. And also, let's see, you can see there is 2 grease fittings whizzing around on that. Well, Chip, why is that? Well, it's because Neapco puts their grease fitting in the slip yoke there, up on the barrel, up close to the yoke part. And yeah, it's great. It's all well and good, and sometimes you do that. But I put the splicer boot on it that has the grease fitting back here. So what does that mean? Well, that one there is more effective than that one, because that one is right next to the vent. It just pumps the grease out. So basically the story is here, I put good red grease in there when it's assembled. It's in there right now. So you don't have to put a tube of grease in this thing, but you can definitely get your greasing covered because you got 2 grease fittings. I mean, a pump or 2 there and there is all it's going to need, and not, once a year, depending on use. If you're wheeling it hard, well, of course, you got to make sure you don't have it full of mud and crap. But normally I would say street Jeep use, when you change the oil, give it a pump or 2. Don't put a tube of grease in it. So that pretty much sums that up. That's turning 3,000 RPM right there. 0 at the, that'd be the rear axle. 0 at the transfer case. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm fussy, and these make me happy. I don't build anything that it wouldn't be on my own vehicle, and this one's included in that category. I like this, and it came out real well. It's going to be a win.